श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। So now we come to the second chapter, which according to me is the complete chapter. Like if you read second chapter, Bhagavad Gita starts with, I always say that Bhagavad Gita starts with second chapter and ends with second chapter. No more Bhagavad Gita. Whatever is said in the second chapter is repeated time and again. Otherwise, there is nothing new to be added anywhere in the other chapters. So what does he say here? Ahimsa paramo dharma bhikshashanam chaiti evam lakshaniya buddhya yuddha vaimukhyam arjunasya shrutva. So putranam rajyam aprachalitam avadharya swastha hridayasya dhritarashtrasya harshanimitam tatah kim vrittam iti akansham apannishuhu sanjayah tam prati uktavan iti aha vaishampayana. So we already saw in the previous chapter, Vaishampayana says what Sanjaya says, what Arjuna or Krishna says. So whatever is happening between Arjuna and Krishna is seen by Sanjaya. Whatever is said by Sanjaya is said by Vaishampayana. So Vaishampayana is the main author of the text. That is why he says Sanjaya Vacha. Sanjaya cannot say Sanjaya Vacha. Vaishampayana says Sanjaya Vacha. Okay. Now, what does he say? What is the reason for starting this chapter? He says Ahimsa paramo dharma. Ahimsa, non-violence, is the absolute dharma. And not just that. Bhikshasanam chaiti. Bhiksha ashanam. Ashanam means eating. Bhiksha means of alms. Eating food gained through alms is also absolute dharma. These are the greatest dharma. Iti evam lakshaniya buddhya. With this kind of knowledge, yuddha vaimukhyam arjunasya shrutva. Hearing, after gaining this kind of knowledge, that Arjuna has started getting away from the war. Getting away from the war field. He says, no, I don't want to fight anymore. So, after listening to this kind of situation of Arjuna, that he is going to stay away from war. So, putranam rajyam aprachalitam avadharya. Dhritarashtra now concludes, now I am happy. Why? Because my son will not lose his kingdom. Because if Arjuna is there, there cannot be even an iota of desire to hold on to the kingdom. Because Arjuna is the greatest warrior among all these other people. Now if Arjuna is removed from the picture, then there is a easy possibility of winning the war. Therefore, swastha hridayasya dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is now with a very peaceful heart. Swastha hridaya means with a pacified, peaceful heart. His heart is not troubled anymore now. Harshanimitam. Because of having a peaceful heart, there is a happiness. And because of that happiness, because of that joy in the heart, there is a smile in his face. With that, tata kim vrittam. Then what happened? This kind of desire to know in Dhritarashtra, seeing this, akansham apaninishu, to negate that, to remove that kind of desire, Sanjaya tam prati uktaban, answered him. This is what Vaishampayana says. Iti aha Vaishampayana. This is what Vaishampayana says. Vaishampayana says that Sanjaya answered to negate the doubt of Dhritarashtra after hearing that Arjuna is going to run away from the battlefield. Sanjay uvacha. Sanjaya says this. Tam tatha kripaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam vishidantamidam vakyam uvacha madhusudhanaha. तं तथा कृपया आविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्ण आकुल ईक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः. तं तथा कृपया आविष्टम्. He, that Arjuna, what kind of Arjuna? Kripaya avishtam Arjunam. Arjuna whose mind is full of compassion. Kripa means compassion. This is a very beautiful word. We have to understand this. Compassion. Why one will have compassion? When you are attached to someone, then that is the natural when you are attached, that they are mine. In this way, when there is an identification that of they are mine, etc., then there is an attachment. That attachment, because of the attachment, springs this thought function of kripa, compassion. Now, when we here in this place, this kripa is said to be the cause for trouble. Now, in the normal stand, we say Guru is one who is endowed with compassion. There also there is compassion. Guru is also endowed with compassion. Now, if compassion is good in one place, and how can it be bad in another place? If Arjuna has that compassion, then it is bad. If Guru has that compassion, it is good. How can that be so? If you ask, then the answer is no. Arjuna has this compassion because he has identification of I and mine with the enemies. Whereas the Guru does not have any kind of identification. His compassion is a causeless compassion. Arjuna's compassion is because of the identification which becomes the cause. That is the difference. That is why he says Kripaya Avishtam. That is why this Kripa, this compassion is a problem in Arjuna. Kripaya Avishtam. Because of this Kripa, because of the compassion, Ashrupurna Akula Ikshanam. His eyes are filled with tears. And because of that, his vision is troubled. Akula Ikshanam. His vision is troubled, disturbed. Vishidantam idam. And with a lot of sorrow, pain, idam vakyam uvacha. Seeing that Arjuna, who is in lot of sorrow, lot of pain, idam vakyam uvacha Madhusudana. Madhusudana said these words to that Arjuna. Krupa. What is Krupa? Mama eteiti vyamoha nimittaha sneha vishesha. These people are mine. These are mine. In this way, that which is caused by delusion of this is mine, that sneha vishesha, that attachment, that special attachment is called as kripa. The special attachment due to the identification that these people are mine. Due to the delusional identification that these are mine. That kind of attachment that is called as a kripa. Okay. Tata avishtam. Because of that, he is with that kripa, with that kind of compassion, he is avishta. Avishta means swabhava siddhaya vyaptam, engulfed. That kripa, that compassion which is natural, that natural compassion in any living being, because we are all having identification of this and mind, I and mind with everything, body, sense, organ, from body, sense, organ complex. Therefore, we are troubled. It says vyaptam, engulfed, pervaded. Arjunasya karmatvam kripayascha kartutvam vadata. Here, Arjuna is the karma and kripa is the karta. Arjuna is the action and the kripa is the Arjuna is the object and kripa is the subject. Relax, put it like that. Not karma as action. Arjuna is the object and kripa is the subject. Because what is karma? Kartur abhipsitam karma. Whatever is most desired by karta is karma. Now here, Arjuna is the object and kripa is the subject. In this way, what we mean to say is, iti vadata, kartuttam vadata, tasya agantakattam vyudastam. By saying this, one thing is very clearly negated. Vidastam, negated. What is negated? Tasyaha agantukatam. That kripa is not something which is a agantuka. It is not something which is a temporary. It is not something which comes and goes. So that is a negated here. Okay. Now, he says, Ata eva vishidantam. Therefore, because of that kripa, this Arjuna vishidantam. Vishidantam means he is troubled. Sneha vishibhuta swajana vichcheda ashanka nimittah shoka apara paryayah chitya vyakuli bhava vishadah. Vishidantam. What does vishidantam means? Vishidanta means vishada. One who has vishada is vishidanta. One who has vishada. Vishada means sorrow, grief. We already saw in the first chapter. Arjuna vishada yogo nama. So vishada means grief, sorrow. So one who has sorrow. Sorrow is a synonym for shoka. Shoka means sorrow. Vishada means sorrow. When you want to explain something, you cannot give a synonym. So he says, chitta vyakuli bhava, the disturbance of mind. Disturbance of mind. Because of what? Sneha vishibhuta swajana vichcheda ashanka nimittah. Because of the doubt that these people who are object of attachment will get destroyed. Because of the doubt of destruction of the people who are object of attachment. Because of that, whatever disturbance takes place, that disturbance is called as a shoka. That disturbance is called as a vishada. Okay? Tam prapnuvantam. Vishidantam means vishadam tam prapnuvantam. That vishada one who has. That grief one who has. That Arjuna. Atra vishadasya karmatvena arjunasya kartrutvena chadasyaha agantukatvam suchitam. Now, here, vishada is referred to in as a object, second case. And Arjuna is referred to as a subject, first case. Therefore, tasyaha agantukatvam suchitam. That vishada is something which is a agantuka. It is temporary, that is said. Because Arjuna is not always in grief. Sometimes he also enjoys some happiness. So, this vishada is not a permanent thing to Arjuna. It's not a natural thing to Arjuna or any being. That is established here. Ata eva. Because of this, kripaya vishada vashat, kripa vishada vashat, ashrubihi purne akule darshna kshame kshayikshane yasyatam. Because of being compassionate and because of being bound by grief, this Arjuna, he is ashrubihi purne akule. His eyes are filled with tears. Because of which he is not able to see things properly. That kind of Arjuna, evam ashrupata vyakuli bhavaksha karyadvaya janakataya pariposham. Because of these two acts, what is that? One is ashrupata vyakuli, one is teary-eyed, the other is disturbed. One is teary-eyed, the other is being disturbed. So, because of these two states of Arjuna, pariposham gatabhyam, something gets nourished. Pariposham means completely nourished, absolutely nourished. What gets nourished? Kripa vishadabhyam, this compassion under this grief, they gets nourished. Nourished because of what? Because of the teary eye and because of the disturbed mind. That nourished compassion under grief, udvignam tam arjunam idam. Seeing this Arjuna who is in trouble, idam sodpattikam vakshamanam vakyam. This with logic, whatever is going to be said, these statements with logic, whatever is going to be said, that statement Uvacha Natu Upekshitama. Krishna said, Madhusudana said, Madhusudana didn't just dismiss him. Upeksha means just dismiss him. Don't even care about him. No. He saw him with this grief and with this sorrow, this teary-eyed situation. Therefore, he said, okay, let me help this Arjuna. Madhusudaniti. Then, why is he called as Madhusudana here? Madhu is the name of a demon and Sudra means one who destroyed. Krishna is destroyer, slayer of demons. Though he is capable of destroying the opponents, he says, Swayam Dushta Nigraha Karta. Though he himself is a destroyer of, slayer of the people who don't follow the right path, Arjunam Pratyapi Tathaiva Akshatiti. He will tell the same thing to Arjuna also. He will instruct Arjuna also in the same path. He will guide Arjuna too in the same path. See, if I am going to follow some path, if you approach me, I will not guide you in a different path which I don't know. Since I am one who follows the righteous path, if you approach me, then I will lead you only in righteous path. That is what Arjuna is led into by Krishna. That is what Krishna does to Arjuna. Because he follows the righteous path of destroying the people who follow adharma. That is what he is instructing him also. Tadev Bhagavato Vakyam Avatariti. What did Bhagavan says? That statement is presented here. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Beautiful. Now we start Bhagavad Gita. Really, the first chapter is just a prelude. It is not really Bhagavad Gita. It is a prelude to Bhagavad Gita. Why? Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita means a song of Bhagavan. Here, only from here, Bhagavan starts to sing. Bhagavan starts to teach. Now, up till this point, it is not Bhagavad Gita. From here, the proper Bhagavad Gita starts. And that is why I say, Bhagavad Gita starts with the second chapter. And since it is only elaboration of whatever explained in this second chapter, the rest all of the other chapters are just a commentary upon the second chapter. Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupasthitam anarijushtamasvargyam kirtikaram arjuna kutastva kashmalam idam vishame samupasthitam anarijushtam asvargyam akirtikaram arjuna. O Arjuna, kutastva kashmalamidam. What kind of this kind of wrong ideas you have now? Kashmala means a not right thing. It's a wrong thing. It's this wrong idea, wrong notion. What kind of wrong notion you have? Vishame samupasthitam, in the wrong place. See, both right place, wrong time, or wrong place, right time. Right place, wrong time, and wrong place, right time. Both these are error. Whatever you do should be in the right place and right time. So if any one of them, the time or place is wrong, then that act is not right. So here, in this place, which you should act properly, you are not acting properly. This disturbance which you have is not a right thing in this place. So, sampustam, why did he gain this kind of a confusion, delusion? Anarjustam, because this is something not practiced by respectable ones. Arya means respectable one. Justam means sevitam. This is sevane. Means they don't practice this. Not just that. Aswargyam, it does not bring you heaven. Akirtikaram, nor does it bring any laurels, name and fame. Hey Arjuna, therefore, why is this wrong idea you have? What is this wrong idea you have? This delusion, where did this delusion come from? So, now first, before beginning anything, we said Sri Bhagavan Vacha. First we have to understand why he referred to Krishna as Bhagavan. What should be the statement here? Shri Krishna Uvacha. That is a normal statement. But instead of saying Shri Krishna Uvacha, he says Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Vaishampayana says Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. There is a reason behind this. Who is Bhagavan? That we have to understand. He says, therefore, he says, Aishwaryasya samagrasya dharmasya shriyah vairagyasya tat mokshasya shannam bhaga iti ingana. Aishwaryasya samagrasya dharmasya yashasah shriyah vairagyasya atha mokshasya shannam bhaga iti ingana. Iti ingana. These are the names. This is the name. These are called as Bhaga. What is called as Bhaga? See, instead of confusing yourself with all this, since we have some idea of Sankhya, in Sankhya, Kapila is born with 4 qualities, we said. What are the 4 qualities? Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya and Aishwarya. Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya and Aishwarya. These are complete in Kapila. All these 4 qualities. So those 4 qualities along with Yasha and Shriya. Yasha means name and fame. Shriya means wealth. So these 6 in whom it is in absolute terms. Samagrasya. Samagrasya means absolute. Wherever these are in absolute terms, absolute state, what? Dharma. Absolute dharma, complete dharma. Vairagya, absolute dispassion. Aishwarya, absolute Ishvara bhava. Then Jnana. Moksha means Jnana actually. Absolute knowledge. So, absolute name and fame, absolute wealth. Wherever these are, that is Bhagavan. One who has all these 6, these 6 are called as Bhaga. One who has all these 6 is called as Bhagavan. Samagrasya iti pratyekam sambandha. Here the term Samagrasya, absolute, should be associated with each of these 6 qualities. Mokshasya iti tatsadhanasya jnanasya. When we said moksha, that what we mean by moksha is not liberation, but the means for that liberation, which is knowledge. Ingana sanya. Ingana means a name. It is called as Etadrisham samagram aishwaryadikam nityam apratibandhene yatra vartate sa Bhagavan. So, one in whom all these 6 qualities exist without any disturbance, without any obstacle, he is called as Bhagavan. Bhaga yasya astiti sa Bhagavan. One who has these 6 Bhaga is called as Bhagavan. Nitya yoge matupa. Matupa, this suffix is added to Bhaga. Bhaga plus matupa, Bhaga plus vat, Bhaga plus van. For vat, vanto, num. Bhaga, vant. Vant, num, iti Bhaga, vant. Vant, there, the final character, it is dropped. And because it is a in, there is a dirgha. Bhagavan. Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan, this matupa, that suffix matupa is brought in to establish they are all associated eternally with these 6 qualities are associated eternally in this person. One in whom it is associated eternally, he is called as Bhagavan. Tatha. And not just that. In the same Vishnu Purana, it is said, Utpattim cha vinasham cha bhutanavagatim gatim veti vidyam vidyam cha sabachyo bhagavaniti. He is referred to as Bhagavan, one who has the knowledge of bhutanam utpatti vinasham cha, the beings, creation and destruction. Bhutanam agatim gatim, the beings, whatever is going to happen, good and bad. Bhutanam vidyam cha avidyam cha, the beings, knowledge and ignorance. One who has the knowledge of every being's creation, destruction, to creation, destruction, then their good and bad results which are going to be experienced by them, and their knowledge and ignorance. One who has the complete knowledge of every beings, these 6 qualities is called as Bhagavan. That is another explanation of Bhagavan. Atra bhutanam iti pratyegam madhyate. Here also this bhutanam, every being, that should be associated with each of these qualities: creation, destruction, good, bad, then your knowledge and ignorance. Utpatti vinash shabdau tat karanasya api upalakshako. Utpatti and vinasha is also referred to, it also implies it's a cause. Agati gati agaminyo sampadapado. Sampad apado. See, with agati and gati, whatever is going to be experienced later. Agami means whatever is going to be experienced later. Sampad apad. Sampad means good results. Apad means bad results. Whatever is going to be experienced later by every being, the good results and bad results, that is referred. Yedadrisha bhagavat shabdartha Shri Vasudeva eva paryavasita iti tatha uchyate. So, this kind of quality exists only in Vasudeva. Therefore, we conclude that Vasudeva only is can be referred to as Bhagavan. Nowhere this Bhagavan is used for any other gods. Shiva Uvacha, Devi Uvacha, like that they take names of the other deities. But here, only for Krishna, he is nowhere Krishna is referred to as Krishna Uvacha. Only he is referred to as Bhagavan Uvacha. Why is it so? He said in the same 674 we said, 678 we saw, in same Vishnu Purana, 6th chapter, 76th shloka, it is said, he says, evam esha mahan shabdah maitreya bhagavaniti parabrahmabhutasya vasudevasya nanyagah. This name, this great name of Bhagavan can be only used for Vasudeva. It cannot be used for anyone else. Nanyagaha, it cannot be connected with anyone. Idam swadharmad paramukhatvam kripa vyamoha ashrupatadi purassaram kashmalam shishta garhitatvena malinam Vishame sabhaye sthane tvam sarvakshatriya parvaram kuto hetoho sampasthitam praptam. Idam swadharma parangatam. This, what do you refer to as this? Swadharma parangatam, running away from your dharma. Running away from your dharma. Kripa vyamoha ashrupatadi purassaram. Not just that. You are not just running away from dharma. You are also afflicted by compassion, then delusion, then crying, etc. Along with this kind of a kashmalam. What is kashmalam? Kashmalam is a malinam. Why is it called as malinam? Malinam is cheap, dirt. Why? Shishta garhitatvena. Since it is condemned by Shishtas. Shishtas means people who have the knowledge of Shastra and who practice the Shastra, they are called as Shishtas. Since it is condemned by Shishta, it is cheap, it is dirty. Vishame, Samaye Sthane or Sabaye Sthane. Vishame, in a wrong time and place or in a wrong place, in a wrong state. Sabhaye, Bhaya Sahite, Sthane, in a place, this, since, see, if you are not going to practice your dharma, then you are going to not do anything. You are going to do something, and that is going to be adharma. And adharma, what is adharma? Paradharmo bhayavaha. The other dharma which you are going to follow by not following your own dharma is going to lead only to fear. So, sabhaye sthane, bhaye sthane. Bha sahite sthane, that which is endowed with fear, that kind of state. Or samaye sthane, in that in the wrong time and wrong place. Tva tvam sarvakshatriya parvaram, you who is the epitome of kshatriyas, you are the best among the kshatriyas. Hetu kuto heto samvastam praptam, why did you gain this? For what reason did you gain this? What is the reason you got this kind of wrong ideas? Kim moksha ichchata? Is it because of the desire for liberation? Kim va swarga ichchata? Or is it for the desire of heaven? Athava kirti ichchata? Or is it for some name and fame? Desire for name and fame. Iti kim shabdena akshipyate. With this, kim is the question. Why are you getting this kind of delusion? Is it because of see, one should have to practice dharma. This is a very important thing. That is why he says hetu trayamapi nishedhati tribihi visheshanahi uttradhina. These three reasons. Okay, why are you getting this delusion? Is it because of the desire for heaven, desire for liberation, or desire for heaven, or desire for name and fame? All these three reasons are negated in the second part of the shloka. Aryaihi mukshibhi na chushtam asevitam. So, that which is not practiced by respectable ones, Aryas. Swadharma ashya shuddhi dwara moksham ichchadbihi apakva kashayaihi mukshibhi katham swadharma tyajityatha. Apakva kashaya bihi mumukshbihi, people, mumukshus, the people who desire for moksha, who don't have the clear mind, who don't have the purity of mind, they desire to gain that purity by practicing one's own dharmas. When they want to cleanse the mind by practicing their dharmas, how can they give up their dharmas? For the people who have cleansed the dharmas, who have given up the karmas, you are talking, if you ask sannyasi adhikaritu pakva kashayo agre vakshate. For that renunciation, only a person who has a purity of mind is referred. Pakva kashaye pakve sati. Only when your mind is purified. Sakashayam vijaniyat. You have to purify your mind. What is this kashaya? This is said in Vedanta Sara. He says in Vedanta Sara, lay vikshepa abhavepi. Though you don't have laya and vikshepa. Laya means mind going in a dull state. Vikshepa means disturbed state. Though there is no dull state, dullness or disturbance, still chitta vrittehe ragadi vasanaya stabdhi bhavat. The mind, the thought function gets blocked. There is a mental block because of desire, hatred, etc. Because of that, what happens is akhanda vastu anavalambanam. The mind is not able to cognize the truth. That is called as kashaya. The obstacle for cognizing the truth is called as kashaya. So he says that kashaya, when one has purified himself of those impurities, then he is eligible for sannyasa, renunciation. And that purity can be gained only through practice of one's own dharma. This is why in Rama Gita, in V.D. Rama Gita, I stressed upon this point. See, people, they say, you chant the name of Rama, you don't have to do anything else. All these are stupid ideas. Because in Rama Gita is a text, a very small text which is taught to Lakshmana by Sri Rama himself. When Lakshmana, because of Rama's instruction, leaves Sita in the forest and comes back, he is disturbed by that act. He goes to Rama and asks for some way to pacify his mind. Rama tells him stories, like we hear all these Bhagavata, etc. Rama also tells him some stories. Next day, Lakshmana comes to him and tells, point blank, very clearly, he says, no, don't give me any stories. I want the truth, unadulterated truth. Okay, listen. Then Shri Rama starts. Shri Ramachandra Uvacha. That is how the teaching starts there. What does Ramachandra says? Shri Ramachandra says this. Ado so varnashrama swavarnashrama vihita karma karmam ka vi ado swavarnashrama vihita kriyam krutva ado swavarnashrama vihita kriyam krutva. First, one should have to practice whatever karmas are ordained, gained as injunction for one's own varna and ashrama. This Ramachandra himself says. We say, no, we want to take the name of Rama, but we don't want to accept any of his teaching. That is a cheating. Shri Ramachandra himself says you have to perform the karmas prescribed according to your varna and ashrama. So, therefore, you have to, there is no scope. If you are desiring moksha, you have to perform your karmas, prescribed karmas. Now he says, aswargyam. Aswargyam. Aswargyam, swarga hetum. Avaru swarga hetu dharma virodhitvat na swarga ichchaya sevyam. So, since it does not lead you to moksha, because people who desire moksha, they cannot give up the karmas, even if it be for the sannyasis. So you have to perform your karmas. That is ordained. Now if it is for heaven, then that is also not true. Why? Because swarga hetu dharma virodhitvat. For swarga, for gaining swarga, you have to have dharma, and you are giving up the dharma. Therefore, swarga ichchaya na sevyam. Therefore, you cannot practice this giving up of swadharma for the sake of dharma, heaven. So that is also not possible. Akirtikaram. Okay, for the kirti, for name and fame, that is also not possible. Why? Kirti abhava karam apakirti karam va na kirti ichchaya sevyam. Since this will lead only to absence of name and fame, or giving you bad name and bad fame. Therefore, it will make you infamous. It will give you only bad name and infamous. Therefore, na kirti ichchaya sevyam. Therefore, you cannot practice this giving up of swadharma for the sake of desire of name and fame. तथा च मोक्ष कामैः स्वर्ग कामैः कीर्ति कामैः च वर्जनीयम्. Therefore, whether you desire for moksha, or you desire for swarga, or you desire for name and fame, kirti, you should have to avoid this. tat kama eva tvam sevase iti aho anuchitam cheshtitam tava iti bhavah. But you are practicing all this only for the sake of one of this. Therefore, whatever you are practicing is not uchita. Anuchita means it is not uchita. Not uchita means not right. Anuchita means wrong. Therefore, this is the idea. Whatever you are practicing by giving up swadharma, you neither gain name, you neither nor gain the heaven, nor will you be able to gain liberation. This is the idea here. We will see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.